my name is Uka. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do that and like, and feel free to share this video if you like it. Okay, thank you. So today I want to talk about phone number sharing etiquette. And I'm sure you're wondering, what's this girl on about again today? But I believe that there should be phone number sharing etiquette. Now, etiquette is just the polite way of behavior to do something, and I think it should apply to sharing of phone numbers. Usually, when it comes to this scenario, there's usually three people involved, right? There is the phone number owner, there's the number sharer, and there's the number recipient. Okay, now if the number owner and the sharer are the same person, then there's usually less problems. But if they're different people, then sometimes it could be tricky. First of all, I'll say that I'm a liberal phone number giver. Like, I give out my phone number easily. I think it's just the culture around me. A lot of people around me tend to give out their numbers easily, and also I prefer to call than text. I wrote about this many years ago on Bella Ninja, so you can check it out. Put the link. So I usually give out my number, but that does not mean that I don't screen people mentally before I give them my number. So if I give you my number, it means that I have a strong feeling that you're not going to bother me and that you're harmless, or it was completely necessary for me to give you my number. But that's not always the case with other people giving out my number or other people giving out other people's numbers. And so today I'm here to teach you what you should do in this scenario depending on who you are. So phone number, I'll start with the phone number owner. Usually you don't have any job except to screen who you're giving your numbers to, and to give out your number. So today is not much about you. The next person is the phone number sharer. Phone number sharers, you have only one job, which is very easy, but people tend to forget. The only thing that you have to do if you're sharing someone's phone number and it's not your number is to ask for consent before giving out the phone number, not after. Ask for consent before you give it to someone else. Okay, and talking about this, I have a special announcement actually for African mothers or aunties or self-proclaimed aunties. So let me read that announcement for you. Reporting live from my bedroom, dear African mothers, aunties, and self-proclaimed aunties, your children's phone numbers, particularly your daughters, remain their private properties and are not to be shared without their consent. Please take notes and don't do this ever again. You guys need to stop. Really, stop doing it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You cannot just be sharing numbers to potential suitors. Please ask before you share numbers. Okay. Then back to, so I've talked about the phone number owner and the phone number sharer, and now I'm gonna go to the phone number recipient, because that's where most of the burden lies for the phone number recipient. Now, if you know you received number from someone that is not the person that gave it to you, you need to do some work. Whether even if you're the one that asked for the number or you're not the one that asked for the number, before you start contacting that person, you need to do some work. Number one, ask the person who gave it to you whether they told the owner of the number. Just ask, did you inform the person? I always do that. I always, if I collect number from someone, I'm always like, please tell that person that you gave me their number, so that you don't want embarrassment when you contact the person and the person's like, who is this? And you're like, who is this? And you know, it's just all confusing. So you want to make sure that that person is aware that you collected a number. Even, it will shock you, but even when I collect the numbers from the actual phone number owner, when the first time I send a message, unless I just sent a message right then and there, if not, the first time I send a message, I still introduce myself. I still say, hi, this is Ugochi, you gave me your number at so and so place. And that's what you need to do. So first thing is, ask the person who gave you the number to tell the owner of the number, and you, the next thing is introduce yourself when you're contacting the person. No need for long story, just say your name and where you met them or how you know or how you got the number. That's all. One of my pet peeves, my biggest pet peeves ever, is when somebody sends me a message, an unknown number sends me a message, and I ask, who is this? And then the response I get is, guess. What is wrong with you? Are you okay? How can you be asking me to guess who you are? Are we in primary school? As in, am I playing a guessing game? I just don't understand it. Like, you collect my number, you're asking me to guess. Or there are some people that will tell you who they are, and then you're like, okay, so where did you get my number from? And they're like, I just found it, or guess, or something. They start playing around. I'm like, nah, this doesn't make any sense to me. Something is not right here. It's fishy. Actually, this reminds me of one guy a long time ago. This guy called me. Till today, I don't know where he got my number from, and he refused to talk. I was like, who gave you my number? He refused to tell me. Honestly, I was really furious because I just thought, you must be shady if you don't want to tell me how you got my number. The person I gave my number to is shady, and I just wanted to know who gave me my number, so I'll block two of them. I mean, obviously I blocked the guy, but I wanted to block the person so that I gave me my number. And my cousin, like, when she sees this now, she said, that's how you miss out people, you will not hear. But I don't want such people. Like, please, when you collect number from someone, introduce yourself. It doesn't take more than 2 seconds. Just say, this is who you are. Okay, so that's the second thing. The third thing you should do is, when you get someone's number, don't just start calling them. Send a message and say, is this a good time to call? Or when can I call you? That way it shows that you're considerate, that you're thinking about the person, that you're not just calling them and not using your head. Like, you don't know if they're in a meeting, you don't know if they're sleeping, you just call and you just interrupt someone's day. The person might not have been expecting you in any way or form. So please ask them when is a good time to call before you start calling them. And then finally, number 4, another of my pet peeves. When you get someone's number, ask them, when you're asking when is a good time to call, ask them their time zone. It's very important. Ask them their time zone. Don't just assume because they told you I'm in the US that it's 7 o'clock in Houston because it's 7 o'clock in Seattle. Or, just assume whatever you want to assume and then call them at any time of the day. I've had people call me at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Are you trying to call? I don't know who you're trying to call because I'm not from Edo. And I'm not from, like, I don't know why you're calling me by 3 a.m., Like, it doesn't make any sense. It just shows you're not a sensible person. I mean, I give some passes to older generation or people who maybe are not well exposed. You just like, okay, fine, whatever. But someone that should know better, someone in my generation or after, and then you get a phone number, you call them at whenever time you want to call, and then you're like, oh, I thought you were in Canada. I thought the time was 10 a.m. Nah, fam. All you needed to do was Google it. I'm joking. Google it. Just Google it. Ask them for their time zone, and then you don't even have to calculate yourself. Just put their PST to Central Time or EST to Central. Just put the time zone to your own time zone. It will tell you what the time is, and then you will know when to call, the right time to call. Okay? Don't just, if you call me and wake me up at night, won't be tied you, wallahi. As in, don't try it. Like, it's one of the worst things ever. I just feel like you are not sensible. You do not use your head. Okay, I don't want to insult anybody because my mom watches my video and then she says, oh, you sounded so harsh, you should be calm, you should be nice. So I'm gonna be smiling and I'm just gonna say, please check the time zone, okay, before you make a phone call. So guys, that's all I have, and I hope you've learned from this. And a lot of people think, yeah, we already know this, but many people don't apply it. There are many of you who have given out my phone numbers. I'm gonna try not to name you guys in this video, but there are many of you who have given out my phone numbers without telling me before you gave it out. It's after, and then you're like, oh, I did. And there are many people who have called me at random times and they're like, oh, I thought you were in North America. No, some countries within the same country have different time zones. Okay, so please act learned, be learned, learn, be woke. Okay, And that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and have a wonderful day or night, depending on your time zone. Mwah.
Hi, Rosie. Can I have a dance?
No, Ugly, who are you talking to?
Well, dedicate this one told us.